Welcome to Unloaded Gun Reviews with Neil and Jared. I'm Neil.
I'm Jared.
And today I want to talk about a Savage rifle. It's a Savage Nikon scope package. Most of the standard hunting rifles, the tried and true standbys, the Remington 700s, the Winchester 70s, the Ruger 77s, and even like rifles like the Tikka T3. The price point on those guns starts in the $700 range, generally speaking. So if we're a budget-conscious hunter that's looking for their first rifle, talk to me a little bit about this Savage. It comes with a Nikon scope on it. Tell me about the features of it, Jared.
Yeah, Neil, I mean, the Savage really did a great job with this gun. If you notice, there's going to be a lot of similarities between this one and a lot of pre-Savages that did not have the AccuTrigger. This is a quality synthetic configuration here. Now, Savage already started off the rifle really well, put a really heavy-duty recoil pad in it, so no matter if you have something fairly light in a 223 all the way up to a 30-06 or something a little bit farther, it's definitely going to reduce the recoil, especially for the shots. And of course, it's got a very, very rigid, weather-resistant synthetic stock, very, very good ergonomics in the grip, very strong, aggressive texturing in the pistol grip here, as well as in the middle of the forearm. Now, the one thing that I really like, Savage's kind of pioneered this, and they've done an excellent job, is the Savage AccuTrigger. Now, most everybody knows about the Savage AccuTrigger, and it really helps to put the shot placement exactly where you're aiming and without any kind of jerk or pull or creep or play.
You know exactly when the gun's going to go off.
Absolutely. I mean, how many times have you picked up even a high-dollar rifle, Neil, and found that it is there's just something that needs to be fixed in it?
Right.
You know, and especially with bench rest shooters or anything else, the AccuTrigger has fully adjustable internal measurements that you can adjust from 3 to 5 pounds depending on the shooter. That may mean quite a bit of difference for how somebody likes their shooting habits to be. Now, of course, it comes in this particular package, it comes with a Nikon BDC long-range reticle scope. Great option, absolutely great option for what it is. Now, one thing, when you're buying a nice rifle, granted it is a scope package, you're buying a nice scope, the one thing I think Savage cut a couple of corners on is they put some nice Weaver bases on, but we all know how important rings are. They put some very inexpensive, cheap rings on there. Think they could have upgraded a little bit, but that's nothing a $24 pair of Weaver rings can't fix. So there again, you're saving money on the gun, but you can add a little bit of better upgrades for it. That's not gonna break the wallet.
What's the price point on this gun, and what calibers can you get it in?
You can get it in pretty much every basic caliber that is out there. Something that is not hard to find it. Whether you go into a big town gun shop or something, you're way out there, and you need to pick something up because you left the ammunition at home. The price point's very reasonable. You're looking $500 to $600 for quality setup here. If you wanted it without the scope, still going to run you about $100 less, $400 to $500, which is definitely great for the economic friendly and economic minded person for quality hunt.
So for Unloaded Gun Reviews, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate this rifle at, Jared?
Well, I know my opinion on this, Neil, but I know you could be a little bit harder to please as far as the specifications and everything else. Now, personally, I'd probably rate it at an 8.5, but I don't know where you're going with it.
Well, that's actually what I was going to say. I can't bring myself to give a 10 to an entry-level rifle. But speaking in the context of entry-level, there's really nothing there to complain about. I've never been a huge fan of the Savage Actions, but even the least expensive Savages have always had a tremendous reputation for accuracy. Lots of bench rest shooters and guys that shoot a lot, do a lot of hand loading, they're shooting Savage rifles because of the accuracy. I like the fact that they've actually put a decent scope on there. So many of these packages, you get a $10 piece of glass, which really is about the same as if you hadn't bought a scope. So I would give it a solid 8.5.
So we're in agreement then.
Yes, this is amazing.
That doesn't happen very often.
And neither of us owe the other one lunch.
Absolutely. So we're going to put our stamp on it?
Yeah, I would give this one a solid 8.5.
You heard it, Unloaded Review, 8.5 on the Savage Trophy Hunter 111 XP package.
If you have this rifle or if you've shot one, have any experience, feel free to chime in on comments and tell us what you think.